Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and this video has been a long time in coming. It's actually been 11,000 games in coming because you'll all know that I don't always play for the medals. I often play for the win, and that's more important than an individual medal. But we crushed the threshold last night on live stream, which made it just that little bit more special. And I was in one of my favourite boats, the Tier 4 Kamikaze. Now, as you see, we got a Tier 3-4 match, but mostly it's Tier 4s, but we did also have a carrier in there as well, which just makes life a little bit more difficult. So let's get into this game, because I am in division with Chin Laden and he is in the Minikaze, and because we are the only two destroyers in the game, we've been split across the map. Now, quite often if we do spawn together and we are the only destroyers, we will split ourselves across the map, but on this occasion we didn't really have much option. I'm going to just boost straight out to the side of this map. With a carrier in the game, especially when he's in division, I'm not expecting any wonders to happen. But while we're alive, we're going to get out there and we're going to see what we can do to hopefully bring this in for a win for Blue Team. We get the Danair spotted. We know there's a battleship out there. I think it was a TONIK as well. Yeah. And that Danair is making a straight run in. And when I say a straight run in, he is literally going to make a straight run in. The TONIK obviously knows he's been spotted and then dropped and then spotted again, which means that I've come behind the islands, and that Danair is going to continue running straight in. The TONIK looks like he's coming straight towards me, and rather than waste torpedoes on a bow shot, I'm going to turn back now and move back towards our team. And as I said, that Danair is running straight in, and he is going to run straight in to those two torpedoes for a game opening 20,900 full health dev strike and first blood. So yeah, was it clubbing a tier 3? I don't know. He should have had more sense. Now we have a full health TONIK out there, and you'll notice that the ships that did spawn with us kind of decide to turn and run away from us and leave us out here on our own. We get a Farragut spotted and we call for some fire on him. We're aware that the enemy carrier did have planes above us, so we're getting a little bit squeezed in our ability to move here. We get a couple of torpedoes and a couple of floods onto that TONIK, and he has damage controlled those, so we decide we're going to try and help with this Farragut, who has missed his torpedoes. I think he's pushed through hunting a carrier, but we are going to get guns on to him. We know the TONIK's behind us, so we're going to play with our throttle, and I don't realise how close I am to the white line. It's not often I do that, but having come to an almost complete stop, I pop my smoke and use that to cover my egress away from there. TONIK was obviously looking for me, fires a full salvo into the smoke, but like McCavity the mystery cat, I am not there anymore. Chin sadly was wrangled by the TONIK, and that means that I'm without my division buddy. This battleship is looking at a broadside of the TONIK, but before he can get any shots off on it, the TONIK disappears for kill number 2. And we got a 69,000 on the damage tally so far. I spot the Marblehead out there. Now that's a ship I love to play at tier 4. It's a really nice cruiser to play. You can get volleyed off the map by a battleship, but if you're clever and you're agile and you think about your movement, you can be quite a bit of a nuisance in a Marblehead, and it is very much a nuisance to destroyers as well, because it is absolutely bristling with guns. So I'm hoping that this battleship that ran away then came back and is now turning to come back our way is going to do something to that Marblehead that is going to leave him with a very sore head. He's swinging around that island, so I can't get torpedoes on him. And you'll notice that red team have already pushed hard for our cap, and this is the reason why I'm running back. A very stealthy volley of shots across the top there, just as I disappear out of view because he is still spotted. But we don't land anything that time. I'm half expecting this battleship behind me to pick up that Marblehead at any second, literally, full volley. He's got, 2 bars of health. He's a perfect candidate for a rear of the map shot from a battleship. But it's not taken, so I'm kind of looking where he's going with my torpedoes. He's still going away. It would have been nice to catch him before the end of the island, but it is not to be so. He now looks like he's turning in towards our capture point, and I'm going to try the same trick again of getting a volley off just before he disappears, but I lead him a bit more this time. We get spotted for a moment, we do land the shot, and we land a fire as well. And that ticks for a couple of seconds, and then he damage controls it. Then we pull a hard right. We don't know what's going to happen with his TONIK. His eyes are on our carrier. Those torpedoes are running, and I'm just holding off fire on my guns because I want to see what the torpedoes do first. I know the battleship is still behind me, so I'm hoping if I miss that he will get a shot on. But missing is not in the dictionary this afternoon, and a TONIK bites the dust. So that puts us on 3 kills, 76,000 damage. The Marblehead is there. I'm still expecting this battleship to take a shot and knock him off the map. But I'm thinking, hey, we're on 3 kills. That Marblehead is a one-shot, even for me. We get the guns off. He gets his rear guns onto us, but he is out of the game. That is 4 kills with 2 left in the game. One of them's a carrier, and the other one is this big battleship straight off my bow. And this is crunch time. He's turning to get all his guns on. I'm giving a broadside. I lead the indicator from where it's telling me to fire the torpedoes, because once he completes that turn, he is going to pick up speed again. I then go skinny and start to head away from him because I want to be out of secondary range and I want to give him as small a target as possible. And there we go with high caliber and Kraken number 100 with 113,622 damage, and that means there's 1 ship left in the game. It is not won yet though, because red team were on our cap. We've managed to pull it back with a ship advantage, but they were ahead on points until we had that little mini rampage. And looking at the fact that I've got a battleship left and they've got a carrier, I'm thinking, do I push across and sail along beside that guy and make sure that he has will to rebuild to last him while we push for this cap? Or would that be exposing myself and as the fastest ship, making a run through to the cap, which seems to be a very, very long way off at this time. I give the battleship an indication as to where the carrier is. He has turned and is heading towards the cap, and a carrier would be an easy target for him, but I don't know what he's actually hit yet because he spent most of the time following me backwards and forwards across the map. But he is going to get bullied a little bit by the carrier now as we push home for the win. It's 359 place 311, so the kill of the battleship I think would turn the tide in red team's favour. So I literally have no option but to push for their cap and try and make sure that we maintain that points advantage. I'm expecting the carrier to be all the way at the back of the map, and this is a very slow and painful trip from one end of the map to the other. I know this bit isn't very exciting to watch, but it's about to get a little bit more exciting, because as we push ever closer to red cap, I think that their carrier decides that he wants to be closer to get his planes in quicker on this battleship, but in doing so he exposes himself to me. Now, we've already done a YOLO dash of death towards the battleship and survived that one. We're looking at our hit points and we are confident we can survive a few secondary hits. It's just whether or not he puts his planes onto us. In a couple of moments we are going to be spotted, and this is going to be a brown trouser moment for the Hermes, because now he knows he's got a kamikaze with a Kraken right off his bow, and we are not going to let him go unpunished for this one. Just cruising in, battleship finally gets a volley off. He's obviously turned to get his back turrets on, because just as we get these torpedoes off, there's another few shots coming there, but that is it. Game over with a third devastating strike. We finish up on a whisker under 132,000 damage with First Blood, 3 dev strikes high caliber, and the Kraken unleashed with a 6-pack. We do get a cap defend. What have we got there? 15 torpedo hits and 9 floods, so not a bad tally. And even though Chin went out very early in that game, he still beat half of the team with his base XP, which says a little bit about how those guys played. And just to prove I'm not lying through my teeth, there it is, Kraken 100 in the Kamikaze. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please do hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you want to troll me, or if you want to leave me a positive comment, please do drop a comment in underneath. I'll always try to respond to those that are nice to me. Until next time, take care and goodbye.